We are celebrating Hollywood royalty. North Carolina native Ava Gardner, the iconic actress, would have turned 100 this year, and the museum in Smithfield named after her has some big plans. So here to speak with us today is Lynell Seabold, Executive Director of the Ava Gardner Museum, and Todd Johnson, the former Museum Board of Directors Chair, as well as current Executive Director of the Johnston County Heritage Center. Thank you both so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Glad to be here.
You got it. Lynell, we'll start with you, please. Tell us about the exciting events you have planned to celebrate.
Well, we have a big Ava Gardner Festival coming up, and that will be this October, the 7th through the 9th. As you mentioned, Ava's 100th birthday is this year. That'll be December, and so we're leading up to that. We've got a lot of special events and special things planned, some of which I can't talk about yet. But for the festival, we have some plans for heritage tours. We're going to have hopefully some of Ava's films playing and cocktail party and maybe some special guests. And as far as the rest of the year is concerned, we've got some special plans for inside and outside the museum. Let me say that.
Well, that's a good teaser, because then we can do an interview later on when things are settled, and we'll put that out there as well.
Yeah, great idea.
And Todd, please give us some history of the museum as well.
Well, the Ava Gardner Museum actually dates to the time when Miss Gardner was still alive. In the late 70s, early 80s, there was a gentleman from Florida. His name was Tom Banks. He had spent a good portion of his life collecting Ava Gardner memorabilia. He met her before she was famous when he was a little kid in Wilson on the campus of Atlantic Christian College, now Barton College. And when he found out she was famous, he started collecting Ava Gardner memorabilia. And by the late 70s, he had this huge collection. He brought it to Smithfield. I was a teenager working at the public library when he first came to Smithfield with his wife, who I thought was very understanding for to have a husband who was so obsessed with collecting things about another woman. They started this museum in Ava's childhood home, which is about 8 miles out in the country. Eventually, right after Ava died in 1990, the museum moved to downtown Smithfield. It's been here ever since. So we've had this museum in our community for over 40 years now.
And it is amazing. And Lynell, there's something else amazing to talk about too. Please tell us about the Ava Gardner Select Bourbon and how people need to go and buy it now.
Well, we have our first edition is available now, and it's available through 7 Jars Distillery in Charlotte. You can also go to your local ABC store and get it there. If they don't happen to have it, by the way, you can ask them to order it, and they will do that for you. If you would like it to be shipped, you would want to contact 7 Jars for that. And we are working with the Ava Gardner Trust right now on the second release of the Ava Gardner Select Bourbon, and we're hoping soon, in the springtime, we will be having the launch of the second release.
Lynell and Todd, thank you so much for sharing all this information, and we will check back in with both of you guys a little bit later for some updated details. For more information, you can always go to avagardner.org.
That's great.